Anniversaries, holidays, birthdays are some of the hardest times after you lose someone. My first Christmas after losing my mom, I remember I was in my in-laws' basement on the ground crying, missing my family. Hello, my name is Sarah and I lost my mom in 2018 to early-onset Alzheimer's. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my tips for getting through the holidays after you've lost a loved one. The first tip is find a way to celebrate them. And you can do this in any way you like. It doesn't have to be something sad like going to the cemetery. You can watch their favorite movie. You can bake their favorite treat. You can bake their favorite meal. You can do a game that they like. You can watch their favorite movie. You can listen to their favorite album. Do something to celebrate them that brings the spirit of them into your house, but also makes it a happy day for you as well. Don't be afraid to pull out old pictures of them and celebrate them and be excited to talk about them. When you're grieving, you like to talk about them. It's a happy thing, it's not a sad thing. So make sure to celebrate them and be excited to pull out pictures. If you're away from loved ones, especially in 2020 because of COVID-19, FaceTime them, talk to other family members about them, celebrate them, and talk about traditions that you did with them that will bring joy into your life. And I guarantee it'll make everyone around you feel better and kind of take the elephant out of the room, if you will. Number 2 is cut back on seasonal stressors. Oftentimes during the holidays, we like to overload ourselves with a million things to do and our to-do list just keeps getting longer and longer. My challenge for you, especially if you're grieving this holiday season, is to slow it way down. And that will help you not only with your anxiety, but it'll help with your grief if you don't feel like you have a huge list of things to do. If you have traditions that you did with your loved one, it's okay if you do something different this year, or it's okay if you still want to do those, but don't feel obligated to do things that you've done every year of your life if maybe this year it's a little bit too hard. It's okay to start new traditions in this new chapter of your life. Number 3 is to give back this holiday season. And this is totally up to you with however you think your community needs it, whether it's doing a Secret Santa for someone, doing a toy drive, doing a food drive. I know this year with COVID-19 it's kind of hard to find things to do, but try to see the need in your community, because I guarantee when you give back during this holiday season, not only the loved one that is not with you would love that you were doing that, it'll bring the holiday spirit into your house, even though you may be struggling and miss them this holiday season. Number 4 is to keep your mental self in check. I remember I had a really tough Thanksgiving and I had to see my therapist the day after Thanksgiving. So I would encourage you, if you are seeing a therapist or if you know that something's going to be extremely triggering, to just set yourself up for success. Maybe do a therapy session a week before Christmas if Christmas is going to be really hard for you. Or maybe if the death anniversary of someone in your life is coming, maybe schedule a therapy session the day after or 2 days before, just to make sure that you yourself are mentally going to be able to handle it, and to just make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Make sure to get lots of sleep. The year that my mom passed away, my toddler was up all night. And so I went into Christmas Day with about like 2 hours of sleep, guys. And let me tell you, my hormones and my emotions were all over the place, and it made that day so much harder. So if you know that you have maybe like a tough week coming up, try to get some sleep. Try to go to bed early. Try to make sure that you're drinking your water, that you're eating good meals. Especially during the holidays, it can be really easy to eat and drink your feelings away because it's always around you. There's always treats, there's always alcohol, there's always really good, comforting, carby food, right? But make sure that this holiday season that you take care of yourself, you drink your water, you get sleep. If you don't like going to the gym or the gyms are closed by you because of COVID-19, go on a walk. Go on a walk on a treadmill. Just do something outside that is going to lift your spirits and get those endorphins going, and will make these days seem a little more manageable. And the last tip I have for you is to remember that everyone grieves differently. Depending on your relationship with the person that passed away, it could be completely different. You might not be sad. It may be a day where you're very upset and angry at that person. Maybe you didn't have a good relationship with them and you're struggling to even know how to act on this day because you're not sure you even want to deal with it. So just make sure to not compare your grief to your friend's grief or grief, or even to your sister's grief or your dad's grief or whoever has passed away in your life. Don't compare. Do what's best for you. I know for my siblings, my one sister, she doesn't like to go to my mom's grave on the day that she passed away. It's too hard for her. It's too much pressure for her to go on that day and all the emotion that's tied into that day. So she goes 2 weeks before, says hi to my mom, and then the day of, she's already come to peace with it. If that's what's best for you, totally do it. And also realize, if you're not sad on those days, that's okay too. Everyone grieves differently. It's totally okay to have a good Christmas. They want you to be happy, your loved one. And it is important for you to be happy during this time because it should be a happy time. But if you have a hard time, if you have a really crappy Christmas like I did in 2018, that is okay too, because grief is a hard thing, it's an ongoing thing, and it's okay to have hard times through it. I hope that you feel peace and love this holiday season. I know it's really hard when you've lost a loved one and you're away from them and your emotions are high, but may God be with you and may you have a good holiday season. I hope these tips will help you. Merry Christmas.